Where the hell is he? He's hiding here, so... Oh, there he is! Oh, you think you can get away? You think you can get away? Oh, boom! Game over, bitch. It's the Black Critic Guy here with a review that's on time this time, and that review is on the anime Btooom. So Btooom follows Sakamoto Ryota, a 22-year-old NEET. And if you're wondering what that is, it's a person that is not in education, employment, or training at the moment. A pretty neat acronym, huh? And instead of going out, being productive, trying to find a job, or being a responsible adult, he spends most of his time playing a video game called Btooom, a game in which you have to eliminate your enemies using only bombs, which honestly I thought was pretty creative. But sadly, one day he ends up waking up in the middle of a strange island with nothing but the clothes on his back, a bag full of bombs, and a green crystal embedded onto his hand. And he comes to discover that he has to survive on this island, ironically doing the one thing that he's really good at, playing Btooom. Only this time, it's for real. Now it's recommended to watch this anime by one of my subscribers, COD Expert 89, and you all voted for this anime to be one of the animes I review for Action Month. And I gotta say, I enjoyed watching this anime. There were a lot of fun parts, there's a lot of good character development, characters are likable. I enjoyed it for the most part. First things first, let's get the easy ones out of the way. The animation in the anime is very solid. I love the use of bright colors in this anime, and the character designs were really good, each one being unique and diverse. I especially like the character design of Kimiko. I mean, she is just so adorable, so cute. And yeah, I know I sound like a creeper, but I can't deny that she looks cute, guys. I'm sorry. The music in the anime is pretty decent, nothing really special, but I really liked the opening theme. It was very catchy, very exhilarating. I just loved how it sounded. The story in the anime was quite compelling, very emotional at times, and just overall really interesting. It's like if Mirai Nikki had a baby with Sword Art Online, mixed a little bit of Lost. That is Btooom. I mean, it has the whole characters being stuck in a place and being forced to complete a game in order to get out of said place from Sword Art Online, but has the really dark and sadistic themes and characters from Mirai Nikki. I mean, seriously, they deal with rape and mutilation and people that just want to kill you. It felt like Mirai Nikki for some time throughout the anime. One character in particular, this kid is sadistic. He has one of the sickest backstories I've ever heard and just is straight up demented. Demented! If I was stuck on an island with this kid, I'd be sure to not get on his bad side ever. And to kind of go off from that, the story does go to dark places a lot in this anime. I mean, characters get raped, characters get killed. Some of the backstories with these characters, I mean, it gets pretty dark. And they deal with a lot of themes, like the theme of abuse, physically or even emotionally, the themes of abandonment, karma, and betrayal. Now, being that it is Action Month and this is an action anime, how is the action? I really liked it. It was really good, very entertaining, and really creative. Probably the most creative use of action I've seen in an anime thus far. I mean, the reason I thought it was really creative is because they could have easily gave these characters some guns, thrown them on an island, and just said, go at it. But what they decided to do was just give them bombs, and each bomb is unique in their own way, and they have to use it to their advantage and kind of strategize how to get the upper hand on an enemy. I thought that was really good, really out of the box, and very creative. And some of these kills, man, they were pretty good. And lastly, the characters. I thought all the characters were pretty unique, some of them having really good development and some having really good backstories. Sakamoto, of course, being our main character, has the strongest development and the most growth throughout the anime. He grows from this irresponsible kid who didn't care about anybody in the world to a responsible person willing to go out and help others. Other than that, he's just your typical nice guy anime character who doesn't want to hurt or kill anybody, which isn't a bad thing, don't get me wrong. I really like that about him. Next we got Kimiko, who's basically the tsundere of the anime, who also goes through some growth and development as well. I really found it interesting how she started off as this girl who hated men because of a bad experience that she had on the island that I won't spoil for anybody. So she really had problems trusting people. But once she met, you know, our main character Sakamoto, she started to open up a little bit and started to trust people again, and I really liked seeing that. And although she's not a badass mofo, she is a strong-willed and confident girl willing to protect who she cares about. And the last person that really stood out to me was Tyra. I really like Tyra, although he's the one character in the entire anime that just couldn't catch a break. Almost at every turn this character is getting hurt or abandoned in some way, shape, or form. I felt really bad for him, but overall I liked his character and I really liked his relationship with Sakamoto. I mean, they at first couldn't really trust each other because they didn't know each other, but they come to realize, well, we have to stick together, you know, if we're gonna make it out of here alive. And I just really liked their camaraderie. It was really strong and it was really nice. You also got a few interesting side characters as well. As I mentioned earlier, that one demented kid. You also got this one character by the name of Oda. We don't know much about him. He's pretty mysterious, but this guy is a freaking badass with his long black hair and sunglasses. He just radiates coolness. And he has a pretty interesting backstory as well. And then there's this one girl that kind of tags along with Oda. I don't know much about her. I don't even know her name, but she was pretty good now and again. You also got this doctor character by the name of Dante, who's a complete scumbag, just manipulating and using people just to get ahead. I hated this guy, but again, you're supposed to hate him, so he's a well-executed character. And lastly, there's this one mystery character that Sakamoto and Himiko meet that I will not spoil for you guys here, but this character was pretty interesting as well and ties into the story later on, so I like this character a lot. But as much as I really did enjoy many elements in this anime, there were a few things that I really didn't like. And the first thing that I really didn't like is just the lack of exploration for these characters. I mean, many of these characters were very interesting. It would have been nice to know a little bit of their backstory, how they got on the island, what's their personalities. I mean, the ones that kind of get backstories that are kind of side characters is Oda and Sosuke, but even those are brief, and Sosuke makes only 2 appearances in the entire anime, which is quite a shame because he would have made an interesting adversary throughout the entire anime. And Oda too, you know, he pops up now and again, but they don't really give him much to do. And that goes for the rest of the can fodder throughout this entire anime. Yes, they were pretty interesting, and you kind of got an idea of what their personalities are like, but it would have been nice to know more about these characters and what they did to end up on this island. And it would also have been nice to see another character's perspective on everything that's going on instead of seeing just Sakamoto or Himiko's perspective. It would have been nice to see Oda's perspective or Sosuke's perspective, and sometimes you got a glimpse of it, but not too much. And that issue actually ties in with my last and biggest problem with this anime, and that is the ending. This is without a doubt one of the most disappointing anime endings I have ever seen. Ever! More than End of Evangelion, more than freaking Deadman Wonderland. This freaking, when the scene was starting to play, when the credits were rolling, I got up and yelled at my screen. I was so fucking pissed. How the hell do you end your story having no resolution to the story or characters and leaving on a goddamn cliffhanger? Sorry about that outburst, guys. I was just really pissed and let down by this ending because I was really invested in the story. I was really invested in the characters and I wanted to see resolutions for both of them. But to have the anime end right in the middle of the story, right in the goddamn middle with no resolution to be had, and to end on a cliffhanger that says, oh, what's gonna happen next, is insulting. insulting. It's like when you're dangling down food to an animal, teasing them with the promise of a meal, and then you just pull it up every time they jump for it. That's what the ending felt like. They were just dangling down the end of the story like, oh, you want to know more? Oh, you can't have it. You were almost close there. You didn't get it. Oh, too bad. Try again. Like no Origami, which I just finished last week, it has one of those go read the manga if you want to continue the story type endings, just to bait us to go buy the manga so that we can have resolution in the story and characters. And that's fucking bullshit. I mean, is it too much to ask to have an anime end on a satisfying note? I mean, it doesn't even have to be a happy ending or have them even leave the island. It could have ended on the island to where they all maybe teamed up together and now they're gonna fight the man. That would have been an interesting ending, or actually have some resolution in the characters. There was only one real resolution at the end that I can't really talk about because it is a spoiler, but it was really good. But one character resolution out of the many characters in this anime does not a good ending make. Okay, I'm calm now. Overall, although I did find the ending very disappointing, and I wish that they explored more of the characters throughout the anime, I still enjoyed a lot of parts of Btooom. I did really enjoy the characters, the story was very compelling and interesting, the animation is solid, and the action is really creative. And for those elements alone, I gave this anime a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's definitely an enjoyable anime. But anyway, what did you guys think about this anime? Did you really like it, or you're really disappointed and angered by the ending and you overall hated it? And let me know what is the most disappointing anime ending you've ever seen. Comment below and let me know. And stay tuned, I will be reviewing X-Men Days of Future Past this Friday, so stay tuned for that. And I have a new video coming out on We Live Film on Love 'Em or Hate 'Em, Adam Sandler. So go check that video out as well when it comes out tomorrow. And until then, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm Tony Wally II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.